Good morning, one and all. Welcome back to Red's Homestead. We are going to be showing how long does it take to take care of, what do we have now? 80?
I guess.
80 something animals?
Are we counting the black cat too?
Yeah, we might as well. We inherited another feral cat. So we'll count that one too, because we still feed it. So we have, 52 red broilers. Started out with 54, 2 died. Might have been, remember the one that she was trying to nurture back, but it didn't make it. So we're now left with 52 red broilers. We have 19 layers, 4 ducks, 5 rabbits, 3 ferals, 2 dogs, 1 kitten, and a possum. So the meat chickens are now 2 weeks today, I think. No, 2 weeks today since we've received them. So they're probably 2 weeks and 1 day-ish old.
I feel like I can spot roosters. It's not that hard. Like I knew exactly which roosters I had. I can tell that one right there is a rooster. That one's a rooster. That's a chick or a hen. I guarantee it. It's the way they stand and the way they act.
She's an expert now.
I'm probably wrong.
And it's been getting pretty warm lately. So we stopped turning on the heat lamp. Because at 2 weeks, they probably want to be in the 80s. You're usually
hot.
good in the 80s. And it gets in the 90s during the day. So we cut off the heat lamp. And Shannon did not want them sleeping in the dark. So she hung some Christmas lights.
They're babies.
For the babies. To make them feel better. While she does that, I'm going to get the waters.
Your pool's taking forever, man. I cannot find that dustpan.
I cannot find any apple cider vinegar.
It's in the well house.
Okay.
And there's some here.
Idiots. You know, if you tap it once, I think it mutes you.
I have to do that every time?
Yeah, then you have to tap it again to turn it back on.
I'll try to be quiet.
And just a splash of apple cider vinegar.
I think I'm gonna actually put all this on that hill, like right where there's nothing but clay, like it just can't seem to hold very much. Okay.
Sounds like a plan to me. While she keeps cleaning that out, we're gonna get them fed. And they may not be Cornish cross, but they still eat a lot.
Yeah.
I want to say 2 full ranged feeders a day at least.
Yeah, I think the difference is I feel like the Cornish cross, I don't know, did they have their, were they balding at this point?
Yeah, they were still
bald.
bald.
That's what I thought too.
They didn't get theirs until 4 weeks.
But they had really bald looking spots.
Yeah. So these baby rabbits are still in their tractors. We move them every morning. And just have to check their food and water. Not a whole lot of food needed. It's just water right now. Yeah, so these are the trays that we keep their food and waters elevated on. They get a little nasty. So what I'm gonna do, I think, for the next go around is build a little square out of PVC pipe and then staple the cloth on top of it. And I think it'll be a lot cleaner.
I think I need a brush. Like yesterday when I came out there, the boy ran away, which that was the first time I've seen him since we got rid of the trail cam. This isn't working either.
So that's cleaned off. Went ahead and gave them their food. They're quite happy about that. Water is installed. Grit is down in there and refilled. Baby chicks are done for the morning. So for out here in the run, we've got refilled their pool, refilled their water on top of the thing, and then refilled 2 buckets for the ducks. On top of those waterers, we also have the automatic waterer. 50-gallon drum right here. Connects up the PVC pipe to little nipples at the bottom all across that wall. That also gives access to waterers.
But
But they don't use them that much.
Well, they don't know how, because with those, they had the little yellow thing that they're supposed to put their beak down, and that's what refills it. What I need is something that just can, for the weight, not that, because they don't know how to. They don't know how to.
We're looking at a new system because they're having a hard time figuring out the whole. Got to depress this thing to get the water to come out. So we're going to look for something more of just a gravity type water catch thing. We have to get some more layer feed. So for now, our layers are just going to eat some chick starter.
It's been a week.
But they'll be fine. And then on a side note, while we have that pool filling up for the ducks, which takes a little while, we also turn on the water for the greenhouse to make sure the seeds get watered. It actually rained not too long ago, so the garden's gonna be fine. Next is the adult rabbits.
Ugh, it's my worst part. I love getting them out, but I hate the process. It smells like pee in here. We're gonna need to, I did put some coffee grinds, but there wasn't very many. We need to scoop up all this. You excited, Mr. Jess? I know you're gonna run away because you don't like me to pick you up. Hi. I know, mommy stinks at it, honestly, but that's why we're gonna do it just like this. Hold your bottom, support your bottom, and support your middle. There you go, that's the correct way to hold a rabbit. Which one was that?
The roosters are, I guess the last few days, starting to crow steadily. They haven't been crowing.
Well, they're about to be, I guess now they're about to be 4 months.
Yeah, they're about to be 4 months
October,
now.
they'll be 6 months, I think.
So this is where the rabbits come for their day trip. It's not pretty, but it works. It's just the enclosure that we had the cats in when we first got them and the future turkeys in when we will get them. And then we just put some chicken wire along the edges of it, about 1 foot in, 1 foot out, just to make sure that they can't dig out. And then we're gonna grab the other 2 rabbits and put them in these little tractors. While she's taking them out there, I'm just gonna be filling up their waters and they're giving them some pellet feed for whenever they come back. They'll have something nice and clean and cool to drink. We do have food and water out in their runs should they choose to snack.
Staying on anyways. Good girl. Okay.
And during the heat, we have 1 fan going down there, a pretty high-powered one. Makes a nice, strong breeze all throughout these. We also have another fan against that wall that's blowing this way at the very end of the cage, just in case they don't get the breeze from down here. They have a little bit more right there. We have ceramic tiles inside of every single cage, something for them to, A, to get off the wire and be more comfortable, but B, the ceramic tile stays cool and helps them cool down their bodies. And then we'll have frozen 2-liter bottles full of water, and they'll be able to lay up against that to cool down their bodies as well. And when it comes to eggs in the morning, normally it's only the ducks. The ducks will be ready, you know, by the time we come in here at 6:30, 7 a.m., the ducks have already laid their eggs. Chickens, they won't be done until the afternoon. And the ducks kind of like to put them in random locations. One's down here in the corners, where it's very difficult to grab, and another in another corner. And unlike the chicken eggs, these duck eggs can get dirty. Ugh. Looks like I'm lucky today. 3 clean eggs. Oh, but this one's cracked. No. Never mind, that's just hair. We're good. And there's the 2 dogs going inside. I don't see any other kitties in here. Looks like they usually like to, they'll come, hang out in the barn, do whatever, go around the house, lay on the bench and sleep, and then they run off in the woods in the morning. I didn't count these to the 80-something animals that we have, but I have 10,000 worms too. They have plenty of food. The soil's still nice and damp So I don't really have to do anything to them today. Chores are done for the morning. Did not take too long. That's where we usually just sit and have our coffee and
Make my little Instagram posts.
make her
I think I'm
Instagram
gonna
posts.
do it on the borage. Apparently it's also called a starflower. It's something I saw and I was like, I'm gonna try it because anything that's edible and possibly and medicinal, I was like, yeah, I'll try it. You never know. So it's an annual herb. Apparently it's native to like the Mediterranean area.
Well, it's native to Rev's homestead now. Relaxation's done. Breakfast is in the belly. Now it's time for the labor part. That big old pile of wood chips, we finally had some delivered. It's been almost a year, but I think I figured out chip drop is you have to cancel it. If you don't get your order, you got to cancel it, resubmit it. Because what I did is I canceled it, resubmit it, and then I got it 3 days later. So there's your tip. But we need to take all of those wood chips. Well, maybe not all of them. We've got to load up this entire chicken run because it's wet and we need to stack it up. Looks like the chickens are getting their daily breakfast. We got no, blackberries are mine.
I know, but I wanted to.
Oh. Getting some comfrey mint, some cherry tomatoes, some spinach, they don't like okra, but neither do we. I'm not growing okra next year. They'll also get some leftover eggs. It's coming. It's coming. I promise. And eggshells too, crushed up. Ooh, that smells minty.
I don't know.
Looks like it.
It makes sense. You pulled it. Oh, don't trip over the wire.
Don't trip over the wire. So this is the top that came with our little turkey run, rabbit run, chicken run, whatever pen. And
We use it for whatever we need it for at the time.
yeah, we use it for whatever animal we're gonna have in it. But the sun's about to get hot and overhead of this rabbit, so we're putting that on top of it. It looks like a storm is coming in. It sucks because I was really hoping to get to the hunting blind and check the trails cams, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be making it today. Are you feeding all the tomatoes to the ducks? The ducks yell at us if we don't give them any of the tomatoes. When we're harvesting tomatoes and we don't give them any, they yell at us. I think it's time to go inside. I'm gonna make some hot sauce, some more. Yeah, we gotta go get the kids off the bus. Yeah. Well, I will say the rain put a little bit of dampener on what I was gonna be showing you guys on how we take care of the animals on a full day. So let me give you kind of an idea on what we did while it was raining, because it's a little hard to film. Usually about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll refill their waters, make sure that they're pretty good on food. We don't really regulate how much food we give them right now. We just fill it up twice a day. And just by looking at it, I'll probably have to do it again before we put them to bed. Of them, the little chicks, will come in here and collect the chicken eggs. They'll usually be done. Duck eggs done in the morning. Chickens usually don't get done until usually 2, 3 o'clock. And if it is super hot, which it wasn't come this afternoon because of the rain, we'll take our little kiddie pool here and actually add some more water to the run. But we didn't really have to do that today because right now it's almost 72 degrees. And we did have to bring the rabbits back inside when it started to rain because one of the one that you saw us put up, it does have a rain cover. Rabbits would have been fine in there. The other two One of them's waterproof. Well, not waterproof, it's water resistant. It's pretty good cedar roof on top of it. But the other one, it's just a dog crate with a shade cloth on it. So if any rabbit was in there, she would have gotten soaked. So we're getting close to the nighttime part of the animals. And it's even easier than the morning part. Really, just need to make sure these guys have food and water. And then I'll give them a couple greens as well. Comfrey, one of the greatest plants there is. They are a very skittish breed, but they're done. We'll close this all up at night. For the rabbits, I'll check on them again. Usually they don't eat and drink a whole lot during the day. They do all that at night. So I just make sure that someone didn't break their normal routine and they still have food and water. So plenty of hay, plenty of food, full thing of water. This one here is the babies that we moved from the tractor. They started digging holes pretty bad, and it was about time. We're gonna start breeding them pretty soon. Not these, but the older ones, we're gonna breed them another time, so we're gonna need that tractor again. See, all of them are quite well behaved right now. They don't shy away, they let you pet them, do whatever you want really, except for the mama. Mama's been acting weird lately. She gave a screeching holler when we had let her out, and we went to grab her to put her back in. This ear-splitting scream. And so we haven't put her out since then. And then now she's kind of giving me that grunt, that little snort. And she never used to do that. So we'll see how she progresses. So far, she's the best mom. So she's the one that we plan on breeding again. And I checked their indoor feed for the chickens and ducks, even though, you know, they don't eat at night, they sleep. But the ducks are still running around like crazy. And just in case we want to have a late morning, they still have something. Normally, I would also refresh these two water pails down here on the bottom because they get nasty and dirty from the ducks. We would leave the one water that we have on top of there because when it's still halfway full, the chickens really prefer the buckets and the pools and stuff versus the actual waterers. And since it is gonna be pouring with rain, and it's supposed to pour with rain all night, maybe even into tomorrow, we're gonna go ahead and put a water inside the coop. Normally we don't, but just in case it's too nasty for the chickens to come out tomorrow, they'll have some water in here and we don't have to come out to have to give them water in the pouring rain. They'll be covered. The ducks, they don't care. They'll play in the rain, splash in the rain, eat in the rain, they'll do whatever. Chickens, not so much. So with the food's inside, the water's inside, they'll make their way in because it actually was raining, now it stopped. And it'll probably start back up again. It's supposed to have some bad thunderstorms tonight. Whenever they get their butts inside, we're gonna close the doors.